Animal Crossing is an interesting game, one that has become a huge cash cow for the Big N. With the release of Happy Home Designer rapidly approaching, I thought it would be kind of neat to take a look back on the series' roots to see just how much this franchise has evolved and improved. So today we're going to be revisiting the first Animal Crossing installment, aptly titled Animal Crossing. Yep, just Animal Crossing. Directed by Katsuya Higuchi and developed by Nintendo, Animal Crossing was originally planned for the Nintendo 64 as Animal Forest. Sometime during this period, focus shifted away from the 64 and over to the illustrious GameCube, at least for the English one it did, where it quickly became one of the best-selling titles for the system. This game right here is what cemented Animal Crossing as one of the most popular life simulation games out there. In addition to selling over 2 million copies, Animal Crossing happens to be a great game in its own right. There's no overarching story in Animal Crossing. In fact, you kind of pave your own story, taking control of a villager where your only real task is paying off your house loan to the good old Tom Nook. It's a simple game, but one with a lot of potential. The developers left a lot for the player to mess around with by just giving them the basic tools for success and enjoyment. Animal Crossing doesn't tell you what to do or where to go. It gives you a rod and will never ask you to fish, but rather it motions you towards fishing. The same can be said for virtually everything you do in this game, whether that be catching bugs, digging up bones, gardening, or just walking around and talking to other animal villagers. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that important detail. You're in a village with a cast of sentient, anthropomorphic animals that are the most needy creatures to ever grace the earth. They're incapable of doing anything except for telling you what to do. Animal Crossing is very much an errand game where you basically just run simple tasks over and over, like transporting a package to somebody's house or giving an animal anything they might ask for. Well, you don't necessarily have to do these things, it's just encouraged you run these tasks as it makes the experience much more engaging and entertaining. Doing what are essentially chores for anthropomorphic animals sounds really boring, right? Somehow I never felt that way. Maybe it's because you get to learn a lot about the animals from these activities and you become attached to them. Like when an animal you really like moves away, you'll more often than not become really upset. I know that happened to me when Kid Cat left me in New Leaf after not checking my town for a week. Aside from the animals and doing these miscellaneous little tasks, there's not much else to do in this particular game. See, the appeal doesn't come from the quantity in Animal Crossing, but it comes from its simplicity. Its level design is simple, the concept is simple, and everything is easy to absorb and process. The same can be said about its simple and clean presentation. The Animal Crossing art style has to be one of my favorites in all of gaming. All the textures are colorful and vibrant as well as being intentionally and stylistically polygonal. This art direction makes the GCN installment age really well and still look decent today. I mean, just take a gander at that grass over there. It's one of the most recognizable things about this series. You know a game's art style is spectacular when its grass texture above all things is something that's memorable. While some textures do tend to look muddy, it's not a hindrance to my overall enjoyment. Not to mention the character models and other furniture, house, and tree models look great and polished. But the transition from screen to screen when you walk around can be jarring, and the old top-down perspective can take a bit to get used to coming off of New Leaf. As for the music, it's atmospheric, catchy, and just plain uplifting. Every single track for all the different hours of the day is jovial and has a heavy focus on percussion, guitar, and piano, which makes for a wonderful and unique OST. This, above all else, really sets the mood of the game and creates an atmosphere of almost tranquility. Animal Crossing has to be one of the most relaxing games ever conceived because of its simplicity, bright visuals, jovial music, and overall concept. Though the later games are definitely more refined and developed when compared to the original, the GCN version of Animal Crossing is still fun to revisit and play around in. So I don't think I would recommend the first game to newcomers to the series, as later games are definitely more accessible and superior in my opinion, but I would still recommend it to Animal Crossing fans or for nostalgia purposes. But as always, if you disagree or agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. And yes, this was a short review, but there's not much to talk about with the original Animal Crossing game. It's entertaining and simple, there's not much more you can say. That being said, I'm going to be touching a bit more on the personal side of things in my next review of Wild World. I hope I see you there, and thank you so much for watching and take care. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.